that for a particle whose mass value and charge value is not given, but specific charge is given. You must be knowing about that. Specific charge is what? Q by m, charge per unit mass, right? Charge per unit mass, Q by m, that is given as alpha. So particle is moving along the positive x direction whose velocity is given v naught I in presence of magnetic field which is having two equal component, one along y axis and other along z axis, right? So what will be the velocity of the particle? So first of all if I draw the xy plane, this is the x axis, this is y axis. So a particle moving with velocity v naught in this direction, okay, and there is one magnetic field vector by, as because there is j component, j unit vector indicates that a magnetic field is along y direction and another one is outward in the z direction, right, bz. So the charged particle, as soon as it enters into the magnetic field region where magnetic field lines, both the components, y component and z component, both magnetic field components are perpendicular with respect to velocity of the charged particle, right? So the resultant, that means if I try to analyze the things, the actual 3D geometry is like this. Can you identify this geometry? Y component magnetic field, Z component magnetic field. So resultant magnetic field will be lying here on the YZ plane. This is the YZ plane. On YZ plane making 45 degree with both Y component as well as Z component, right? So that means ultimately the net magnetic field and velocity vector, they are creating one plane which is equally inclined with both xy as well as with respect to what? Xz. So circular motion must be taking place on that plane, because the resultant magnetic field which will be lying on yz plane, that too will be perpendicular with respect to the velocity vector which is v naught I cap, that is along x direction. So ultimately circular motion will take place. Got my point? Circular motion will take place. So we can write down since by magnitude is equal to bz magnitude, right? By magnitude is equal to bz magnitude, implies that net magnetic field is on a plane which is equally inclined, with both xy plane and xz plane. So net magnetic field will lie on a plane like this. This will be the plane with the magnetic field and velocity vector. So this plane is making 45 degree with xz plane as well as with xy plane. So circular motion, so therefore circular motion must be taking place, see, magnetic field, I mean like resultant magnetic field this way, got my point? Charged particle is moving this way, so this force will be appearing perpendicular to this. This force will be appearing perpendicular to this. So charged particle will start moving on a circular plane. Circular motion must be perpendicular to the plane of velocity vector and net magnetic field vector, right? It will be perpendicular to both velocity vector and net magnetic field vector. So the circular motion will take place. So we can write down the magnetic force, that will be B net into Q into V naught, right, BQV. Since angle theta, that is between the magnetic field and velocity vectors, are being they are perpendicular, so angle between the magnetic field and velocity vector will be 90 degree. So this will be the net magnetic force. So this is going to be mv naught square by r, right, mv naught square by r. So we can cancel this v naught, so therefore r will be equal to mv naught by B net into Q. We know that Q by M is alpha, so it is V naught by B net into alpha. Got my point? B net into alpha. So now question arises, what will be the net magnetic field? As because we can write down, since B net will be equal to under root of by square plus bz square, and both are equal, so we can write down it is root 2 into by or bz, right. So it is root 2 into b naught by root 2, so that means this is equal to b naught only. So b net is b naught, so we can write down, therefore it is v naught by b naught into alpha. Got my point? So the radial value is coming this, the radius of the circular motion is coming V naught divided by B naught alpha. Now question arises, if this is the radius, then what will be the time period to complete one oscillation or one circular motion? We have got the radius. So if radius is known to us, then we can write down, therefore time period, in how much time it can complete one circular motion. So that is, we know that 2 pi r by v, right. So 2 pi by v naught, and radius we have got it as v naught by b naught alpha. So if this is gone, so time is 2 pi by b naught alpha. So we have got the time period to complete one circular motion, that is to complete one rotation. Now based on this calculation, if we now look into the time in which we need to calculate the velocity of the particle, and we also need to calculate the distance moved by the particle in the given time. So that time is definitely half of the one circular motion. The time taken to complete one circular motion is this. So during half motion, the particle can only travel pi r as the path length, that means it will travel diametrically opposite point. Distance to be moved, so far as distance moved is concerned, so in given time it will be half of the oscillation, means it will just travel through 2r, okay, it will just travel through 2r, so that will be 2 v naught by b naught alpha. This is the distance to be traveled, right. And one thing, that is what will happen to the velocity value of the particle, as the particle will continue in a path of circle, so that means in circular motion we know that when magnetic field and velocity vectors appears perpendicular to each other, okay, the magnetic field and velocity vector are appearing perpendicular to each other. So that means there will be no change in magnitude of the velocity. So particle will be able to continue the motion with the same velocity, that is v naught. This we should write down displacement, not distance. Okay, we should make little correction. This should be the displacement, we should write down. This is the displacement. Okay, particle will be diametrically opposite. Displacement will be 2r, but if it is asked about distance, so distance will be pi r. Okay, so that is pi v naught by b naught alpha. Distance traveled has to be pi v naught by b naught alpha, but displacement will be 2r. Information saying that a particle is moving with v naught, velocity is given v naught j plus v naught k, and magnetic field B is given b naught j. This time velocity vectors and magnetic field vector are given. A charged particle is a proton. It is fired from origin, right, with velocity this, in uniform magnetic field this. Now there are 4 options given. So this is the way 4 options are given against the motion of the charged particle, the positively charged particle proton, which enters into the magnetic field region which is available along y direction, and the velocity is given v naught j cap plus v naught k cap, right, and about the 4 coordinates x, y, 4 options are given, and hint is it is multiple correct answer type question. So choose which are the correct answers. According to you, x coordinate can't be positive. Okay, fine, that can be one answer definitely. Is there is any other answer? Yes, y coordinate will also be proportional to time of flight. Yes, so you said that
X coordinate can't be positive because it starts from the origin and makes a helical path with y axis.
Okay, will it be a circular motion?
No, sir. Helical.
Correct, it will be path will be helical, absolutely, because velocity is in yz plane, and that makes 45 degree with the magnetic field. So being velocity vector equally inclined with y axis as well as z axis, so that means on yz plane it will be at an angle 45 degree with y axis. So magnetic field is along y axis, so that means magnetic field and velocity vectors are at 45 degree. So we know that whenever there is an angle less than 90 degree, that ensures helical motion. So definitely the particle will follow the helical motion. But now question arises, why can't its x be positive? Why? How will you ensure it? How can you say that its x coordinate can't be positive? We are getting the information like this. If this is considered to be x, pardon?
Velocity component will be along y axis.
Right, because this is the y, so one velocity component this way, another one will be outward. This is Vy and one will be outward Vz, right? Vz, and in fact this way magnetic field is this way.
Yes,
sir. So if magnetic field is this way, so this, yeah, this is now correct. Okay, magnetic field is upward, this velocity which is along z, that will be taken into account, so force will be acting this way, so obviously circular motion will be coming this way, so obviously particle cannot go towards positive x, correct. And so far as y distance is concerned, particle will start making circular motion in this, but it will be moving this way also, so we can say the circular motion will be, okay, helix will be taken place like this. So the y distance, right, y coordinate, correct, y coordinate will be due to y velocity into time, y displacement will be due to the y velocity into time, so that means y displacement will be proportional to time.
yes.
So these are the 2 correct answers, okay, against this question. Z coordinate can't be negative, that is wrong, it will be negative because I mean, like as the circular motion will take place this way and it will move in that direction, so it will go to the inside with respect to the plane or where we are drawing it. So it will go for negative z. So that's a wrong statement, and x and z can't be 0 at the same time. So that is irrelevant. So these are the two correct answers. B and D are the correct answers. Okay.